We live in a society where people like watching superhero movies. This is your resident toy collector, Migoy, and today we're going to be taking a look at the QPosket Joker from his appearance in the Suicide Squad live-action film. Whether you love him or hate him, it's hard to deny just how good this figure looks. Stellar sculpting complemented by clean paint apps and a variety of different finishes make this damaged dude pop. From his signature tattoos down to the little things like the golden rings on his fingers, the tampographed bat leggings, to even the bright yellow laces on his boots. This figure is just screaming with detail. The posing and realistic creases on the clothing add so much personality. The metallic purple snakeskin trenchcoat looks as if it had a nice billowing wind brushing on it. The boxers' fabric is scrunched in a way as if a garter band really is present. And who knew that you could print writing that small on a figure? I don't think I've ever given boxer shorts this much praise in my entire life. An odd inclusion is this little stand clip that connects to the base. It looks to help keep Joker's head in place, but doesn't really snap to any particular part. I find that the figure's weight distribution and balance are pretty solid on its own, that I confidently omit this stand clip from the display altogether. The one other accessory is Joker's cane. There's a guide point for it on the base and the figure can friction grasp the handle, making for a solid connection. I recommend setting the cane on the base first before attaching it to the hand, as the gold paint might chip and leave a mark on the rough surface. Articulation segment! We're gonna do this as if we're assembling it right out of the box. So, starting off with the QPosket base, it's got 3 pegs. And we got the torso with the decapitated head. 3 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. We just gotta align them all. And then just jam them into place. We're gonna leave that. It does come with a sort of headstand support, which is a little bizarre, since while it pegs in real firmly to the base, it doesn't really, I guess this is for long time displays where the weight of the head might sag to some degree, but from what I could tell, it can hold its own without the use of this thing. Plus, this kind of looks a little ugly, so because it is kind of hard to get off because of how deep that peg hole is, we're going to leave it off for now. But we are going to attach his discombobulated head. And while it may look like this face is all dirty, I believe a lot of these smudges are intentional to get off that dirty tattooed look he does have in the movie. Big old seam line though going over his cranium over here in his hair and down his face, but whatever. What I don't like about this though is, aside from the paint splotching you got right up there, which can be excused as tattoo dirt, I guess, is when you do peg the head, it sort of rubs against the hand, and I'm a bit worried that maybe over time, or if application is a little askewed, maybe say if the hand is pushing in a bit deeper than it's supposed to, that it might scuff the face. And even as I attach it here, because the neck is at an angle, his mouth is rubbing on that hand. But finagle it enough, just jam it in there, you can get the head on. And because of how snug, or how close it is, you can see, His mouth is rubbing on that hand. Don't know how I feel about that. But in any case, it does like fit securely over in where it's supposed to. Again, if you do have this on, it's more or less just like, it doesn't really touch, like it would be like about here. If the peg was stuck in the bed, it would be right about here. Not really touching the figure per se, and even more so, it won't even lock into place. Like, it's sort of like a weird catch. I don't understand why. It could be like an older design for QPosket. Maybe they, like the Android 18 figures did not have that. Maybe they did realize that it's unnecessary, so they just forgoed it in later designs. The cane looks really nice. There is a guide hole on the base, and you just sort of, you know, pop it in, and the hand holds an accessory, holds it like how action figures hold accessories, where you just kind of jam it into the figure, and it has a nice enough grip, so you can sort of display it however way you wish to a degree. But how you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to, like, you can sort of guide it after putting it in the hand, but I'm worried about the gold paint scraping off and leaving itself on the flat finish that the base has, or just scuffing the base in general. So what I do is we'll align it first, and then just force the handle through the hand. You're gonna have to like jam it in just a smidge. So I advise not doing that often, as the hand might scuff the gold paint on the handle. But once it's in there, it is pretty much locked in, and I think leaves enough of a tension that it sort of adds additional balance. And yeah, like, this is super solid. There's no like weight issue. I don't know, I don't really understand these. Maybe it is a thing for older QPosket figures, but for this one in particular, it is unnecessary. There's a big old hole in the back of the base, but it's the base who gives a hoot. So there you go, Joker figure, QPosket. The head articulates left and right. The hand can hold the cane. There you go. That's all the articulation you get on this guy. So, I mean, the head can move, but it does kind of hit the hand at some points. And why would you just... You could 360 it, I guess, but what purpose would that serve? There you go.
While not the most popular iteration of the Joker out there, there's no doubt that this is a stellar representation of Jared Leto's take on the Clown Prince of Crime. If you aren't too keen on the darker and dreary color tones that this figure sports, there is an alternate variant that dons brighter and more cartoony colors. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, throw us a sub if you'd like to see more. And if you'd like to grab one of these QPosket figures for yourself or for a friend, head on over to greattoysonline.com to find great prices on great toys.